Hello, my friends. Welcome to your Astrology Forecast, Tarot reading, and yoga class for the week of May 13th through the 19th. My name is Natasha, also known as Nurse Natasha. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. I do this every single week. We do go over the astrology of the week. We do a little tarot reading for the energy, and then we also do a yoga class at the end. I am an accessible trauma-informed yoga teacher, so it will be all levels friendly. You totally don't have to do the yoga at the end if you don't want to, but if you want to, it's going to be there. I put out the intention that this reading is for the collective, so congratulations. If you made it here, you're part of the collective. If you like witchcraft, wellness, everything in between, if you like spooky stuff, I do that all here on my channel. I put out free videos, so these weekly forecasts every single week. I put out full free yoga classes and tarot readings for every new moon and full moon here on my channel. I also put out free plus size friendly yoga classes. I kind of do it all, my friends. So we're going to get into it. We're first going to start with the astrology of this week, then we'll get into the tarot, and then the last thing will be a yoga class. So first things first, astrology, what's happening, what's going on. Pretty much everything's in Taurus. That's like everything you need to know for the astrology of this week. Taurus is going to be the biggest energy. So the sun is in Taurus. We're in Taurus season. We have Venus in Taurus. We have Jupiter in Taurus. We have Uranus in Taurus. And then the major transit that is happening this week on May 15th is Mercury is moving into Taurus. So, you know, we started, it was on April 1st that our Mercury retrograde started in Aries. Mercury retrograde is over. We are in like the last little bit of the shadow period. And I really think once Mercury leaves Aries and goes into Taurus, things are definitely going to calm down a little bit. I personally find that the Mercury retrograde shadow period gets me more than the actual Mercury retrograde, but you know. So yeah, what do we know about Taurus? Earth, the bull, very grounded, very material, physical, tangible, like physical world type of energy. You know, it's the pentacles in the tarot. It's that like grounded earth, wealth, abundance. And we do have a lot of favorable like planets and transitions happening with all this Taurus energy. So Jupiter being in Taurus, Venus being in Taurus, those are both really wonderful places for those planets to be. Taurus is actually, Venus is the Taurus energy, is the Venusian energy. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and it's that very luxurious, you know, Venus is our planet of love and beauty and attraction and all those things, and it's in Taurus, and which is like where it likes to be, right? Because it's ruled by Taurus. And it's just that really like luxurious, comforting, it's like creature comforts, like, you know, what makes you feel comforted, what makes you feel good, like comfort food, comfort movies, all those kinds of things, the things that make you feel like luxurious. Like I don't think it's any surprise that I just got my hair blown out yesterday, so I have this like luxurious hair, like because yeah, I can't style it like this. Certainly I got my nails done, like, you know, it's like that kind of Venusian Venus energy. Think about what Venus rules, you know, the goddess Venus, Aphrodite, that kind of vibes. And we also have again Jupiter in Taurus. Jupiter is our planet of expansion and fortune and success in Taurus. Again, it's like success in the physical realm. But it's also all this Taurus energy is also very heavy, right? It's very earthy, it's very grounded. It's really kind of just dragging us back down to earth. So if you feel maybe just like you want to take naps, you want to like just lay in bed and watch movies, you want to eat your favorite comfort foods, that's kind of the vibe. And it's also just a good energy to like, I don't want to say get stuff done, but just like have the stable foundation. You know, Taurus is like very root chakra energy. It's that foundation, stability, security. I wrote literally down for my notes this week. There's not much. All it says is comfort, grounding, security, and pleasure. That is kind of the vibes with all this Taurus energy happening. Another transit that we just had last week is we had Mars move into Aries. And if we look at Mars, which is our planet of aggression and conflict and passion, moving into Aries, also the sign of like aggression and passion and all those things, is, you know, you might notice that people are a little aggressive lately. You might feel, maybe you feel a little like explosive, aggressive, that kind of vibes. I've noticed it kind of across social media, which I think is needed because of everything that is happening right now in the world. We do need to get a little bit angry. We do need to get a little bit more passionate and fight for what we believe in. So, you know, it's kind of, and then, you know, we have Pluto in Aquarius, and this was a transition that that just happened not too long ago, a really major one. This is like a generational transition, a generational planet. Pluto in Aquarius. The last time that Pluto was in Aquarius was when the French Revolution happened, the American Revolution happened, the Haitian Revolution happened, and look at what's happening in our world today. So there's a lot of things going on there with Pluto in Aquarius, very rebellious revolution type of energy, and Pluto just went retrograde in Aquarius. So, you know, I don't want to say, I don't really think that there's any good or bad energy, positive, negative. It's just all energy that we need to work with. But with all this Taurus energy, all these things in Taurus, we're finally moving out of that Mercury retrograde shadow period. I think the energy is just going to be very chill this week. So that's pretty much what is going on. Let's get right on into the tarot. I'm using this deck. It's called the Tarot Obscura, and it feels to me it's a very grounded deck. I actually bought it on retreat in Joshua Tree. I host Witchcraft and Wellness Retreat, which, by the way, if you'd like to join me in Salem, Massachusetts, next year, my 2025 retreats are already on sale. They're already like half sold out. If you'd want to come to Salem and do all the Witchcraft and Wellness things, all inclusive, the link will be in the description box below. Again, those spots are already almost sold out. But anywho, I bought this deck on retreat in Joshua Tree. It's called the Tarot Obscura. I have not been able to find it online anywhere, but it feels to me like Joshua Tree, you know, it's like desert. It's like very like dirt. And this deck kind of feels like that to me. I don't know why. It just feels very earthy, very grounded. So that's what we're going to use. And we already have the Fool lurking right at the bottom of the deck, and right behind it is the Hermit. And the Hermit is a card of Virgo, another earth sign, another very grounded card. The Hermit is the card of being a hermit. You know, resting, meditation, going inward, taking a break, being alone, stepping away from everybody. You know, the hermit has hermitified himself at like the top of a mountain. And, you know, he has that lantern, which, by the way, the little star inside the lantern is the star card. The card of Aquarius, the card of your true authentic expression and hope and light at the end of the tunnel. And that's his like guiding light, his North Star. The Hermit is about taking that star, looking within, like taking the time to rest, to be like, what the heck's going on? What do I need to like do? What self-work do I need to do? Do I need to rest? All those things. And then the Fool right on top of it. It's like rest and then take the leap of faith. The Fool is the beginning of the tarot, right? It's card 0. It's the start of the major arcana. The entirety of the tarot is the Fool's journey. And you know, you can look, he's just literally right about to walk off a cliff. It's like maybe you do need to take a little bit of a leap of faith this week. You need to just kind of jump and what's that saying? It's like ask for forgiveness, not permission. Like, you know, jump and ask questions later. You know, the Fool, yes, can be a little bit naive. It is a little risk-takey. However, sometimes we need that energy, you know? And maybe that's what you got to do this week. Maybe if you find that you have been like really hermitifying yourself and being kind of isolated and alone and doing the inner work, now it's time to jump out of it. So, you know, maybe we need to do that this week. What else we got going on this week? What do we need to know as a collective? Sometimes the cards jump out. I call it chaos mode, but sometimes they don't. So we might just pull the old-fashioned way. Ace of Pentacles, heck yeah, at the bottom of the deck. That's that Taurus energy, my friends, is the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles is earth in the tarot. You know, this is our suit of, again, the physical, the abundance, the tangible material. You can see the little Taurus symbol on there. And the Ace of Pentacles is a new look. It's literally like the universe. Like, here's a gold coin. It's like, here's the seed. Here is the seed to be planted. You know, it's a very abundant energy. It's like, congratulations, you're getting some coin from the universe. What are you going to do with it? You know, what are we doing with that seed? A lot of the time, you know, I think the Ace of Pentacles is a really, really abundant, wonderful card, but we actually have to do something with it. We can't just like take it and then be like, cool, and then do nothing with it. It's like the concept of manifestation. You actually have to do something with it. And what's that? The Chariot. You need to start moving forward. This is the card of Cancer, the card of rapid forward movement. We got to get in our Chariot and get on going. I've seen the Chariot depicted as somebody on a motorcycle sometimes, in like a fast car. There, you know, it's like rapid forward movement. Get moving forward. There's no backwards. There's no standing still. There's only forward movement, forward march, if you will. Take that Ace of Pentacles, take that coin, and move forward with it again. And look at that. What is a pentacle? What does a seed need? Like, what is the seed that you're being offered need? It needs water. Here's the Ace of Cups right there. What are we nurturing that pentacle with? What are we nurturing that seed with? To make something grow, we have to first plant the seed in the dirt and then we water it. And that's what's kind of the Ace of Cups is like, okay, we nurture it. We get in the chariot, move forward, but you also have to remember to nurture yourself, to fill your own cup, to, use this. You can't grow that seed. Like, think about how like a plant grows. It doesn't, some do, to be fair, some plants grow under harsh conditions, but for the most part, when you plant a seed, you're going to have to nurture it. You're going to have to water it. You can't just, get in this chariot and go on this journey and then just like burn yourself out or just like not take care of yourself, not take care of your emotions. Cups is our suit of water of emotions. And it's like, I think about one time my best friend and I tried to plant a garden here in Las Vegas and the sun just like fried it. Again, like I said, you can't have that abundant garden under very harsh conditions. So we need to remember to also take care of ourselves emotionally, like fill our cups, do the things that actually bring you joy emotionally. It can't just all be like the physical, the material, the work, all that kind of stuff. There has to be a balance between the two. Six of Swords. Moving on to calmer shores, though, if we're moving forward, it's to somewhere better. The Six of Swords is a card of, yes, release, letting go, moving on, literally getting in your boat and moving on to another island. It's, what are you taking with you? What are you taking with you to that island? I kind of see it sometimes as a card of like inventory. Again, you're just kind of like, what's coming with me in this boat? He only brought those 6 swords, and other cards, there's like a couple other people in the boat with him maybe, but you can't take it all. You can't take it all with you. Sometimes we have to make some choices in what we need to get rid of. 7 of Cups. You might have a lot of things, a lot of options. The 7 of Cups can be a card of being spoiled for choice, but it can also be a card of like illusions and like, some of these cups are not what they seem. And sometimes if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Really trust your intuition. Take a good look at these cups that are around, these things that maybe you're having to look at and be like, do I take this with me or not? Practice discernment. The 7 of Cups always reminds me of, I like to like translate tarot and like pop culture references because that's how I understand things. The 7 of Cups reminds me of in Aladdin, when, they have to go into the Cave of Wonders and the cave is like, don't touch anything except the lamp. And there's like treasure everywhere. And obviously you want to touch the treasure, but wouldn't you rather have the genie lamp that grants you any wish? But then at the very end, when they're getting close to the lamp, Abu sees that like giant ruby that like statue is holding, and he takes it, and then like the whole Cave of Wonders comes crashing down. That's the 7 of Cups. Like, be careful like which cup you choose. Like, make sure it's the right one. Make sure it's the one you want. Practice discernment. And it's not just like all that glitters is not gold. You know what I mean? King of Pentacles, absolutely. There's that again, that Taurus energy coming through. You can see his throne has like the bulls on it. This is a very heavy Taurus energy card. The King of Pentacles is the king of earth. He is the king of foundation, security, safety, stability, abundance. Like, the reason why he sits in his throne and he's like chilling is because he has set the structures and the foundation in place that his abundance just kind of comes naturally. But it's because he did the work. Like, it's because he set the foundation in place to have it just kind of come naturally. Like, we want to get grounded. We want to have, if you're gonna take the fool's leap, if you're gonna get in that chariot and move forward, you're gonna get in that 6 of Swords and move forward, calculated risk, right? It's not just the full kind of unhinged risk. Same thing with the 7 of Cups. Again, just make sure you have that foundation in place. You have like calculated, you're trusting your intuition, you have yourself a stable base before you take that leap, because that might be what saves you if like you do take a risk and it's something, you know what I mean? We always want to have a little bit of a backup. But we also, the star, well, we talked about it already. It was in the, stars in the Hermit's Lantern, card of Aquarius. We need to follow our North Star. We need to follow that light, and that involves taking risks sometimes. You need to, the star is a reminder to stay authentic to you. It's a card of authentic expression. The star also comes after the tower. What is the tower? Major catastrophe, destruction, complete and total change. But the star comes out to be like, it's okay. Look, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We still got something that we're moving towards, and that's the thing that keeps us going. And I think that's like what we need to focus on when we're here in the Six of Swords and the Chariot and the Fool, and we're practicing discernment, and we're like trying to stay resourceful and have our foundation. The star can help us figure out what we leave behind and what we take with us. It can help us practice discernment by like being true to yourself and being honest with yourself and be like, do I need to bring this with me or do I not? Is this something that's from like the old version of me? Or like, do I want to bring this in my boat with me? Do I want to bring this in the Fool? He has like a little knapsack, like, one of those little like sticks with like a bag on it. Like, what are you bringing in it? Like, use the star energy of being true to yourself to decide what you want to bring with you. And it doesn't have to, again, be physical stuff on this new journey. Like, what are you bringing mentally, emotionally, spiritually? Now, we're going to clarify with the Botticelli Tarot, which I think is just, again, heavy Taurus vibes, heavy Venus vibes. And look who's at the bottom of the deck. There's the Queen of Pentacles, the counterpart to our King of Pentacles. And guess what? They're both holding that gold coin with them. And they're taking that gold coin and multiplying it by a gajillion, right? Like, they're abundant. The Queen of Pentacles is a queen of resources. She's the queen of the home and hearth, getting grounded, maybe staying at home for a little bit. I'm trying to see who's behind her. The Queen of Swords is right behind her. Again, discernment, cutting out what needs to be cut out, but also not cutting yourself off completely. We still want to receive. We still want to be in our receiving energy, but I don't know, heavy energy of discernment and abundance, and focusing again on the Taurus energy, home, hearth, comfort, luxury, pleasure, all that jazz. We love to see it. Let's see what else do we need to know. Just clarify here the energy of this week. No chaos mode today. King of Wands. We might want to stay grounded. We might want to lean into the Earth Taurus energy, but you still have to have a little fire to get yourself going. The King of Wands is the king of fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, maybe that's that Mars and Aries energy coming through. Like, you do have to have a little bit of passion there. You do have to light a little bit of a fire under your butt and follow your passion and your creativity. And, the King of Wands, again, it's the king of fire. Like, there is that, and it's right over the Chariot too, and that might be kind of what gets you going in the Chariot. I don't know why I'm picturing, for some reason, like a hot air balloon. You know how like hot air balloons, they function because of the fire that is in there. That's what causes the balloon to rise. And it's like, you need some kind of fire. There has to be some passion behind whatever it is you're doing. Because a lot of the times, we get this Ace of Pentacles and we're like, okay, it's maybe just a job. And that's fine. Like, we need, unfortunately, a job in this capitalist society. But it can be very easy to like lose yourself in just like the work without any fire, without any passion behind it. So this is a reminder that, you still need some passion. And guess what, my friends? The devil is here. El Diablo is here. It's a very interesting, kind of like a nice little innocent looking devil in this deck. He doesn't look as scary as he does in the regular Rider-Waite tarot. It's like a little pan, a little setter. But card of Capricorn, and the devil, as much it is, the devil can be a card of like our temptations, the distractions, the ties that bind, the things that we know we're not supposed to be doing. The card of Capricorn, the Capricorn energy, is the mastery, the hard work, is the Saturnian energy. Saturn's ruled by Capricorn. It's the very, he's the Lord of Karma. He is like the up-leveling energy, like mature energy. Like, you do have to work hard to get what you want. Who's coming out with the devil? There's the Six of Swords again. The Six of Swords again with the devil here. I think it's honestly kind of saying that, you know, this transition, this getting in your boat and going on to wherever it may be, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, that letting go process, that migration process, moving on to calmer shores, you're going to be tempted. You know, you're going to be tempted to maybe not do that. You're going to be tempted to maybe stay in your comfort zone and to maybe, and that's where maybe the discernment is going to need to come in, is again with what you're taking with you. Maybe you're like tempted to like bring old stuff with you, and it's like, don't let those ties that bind, those bondages hold you back from getting in that boat, because you know you don't want that boat to be too heavy to go. You know what I mean? Like discernment, my friends. The Emperor, big boss energy, the culmination of all the kings in the tarot, the divine masculine card of Aries. Big boss. We have 2 kings here already, and now we have the Emperor. Sometimes you got to step into that divine masculine energy of, again, like taking control of your own life, making the tough decisions, making the hard decisions of like, I'm going to leave this behind. I'm taking this with me. Yeah, it's hard to leave that behind, but I know it's what's best for me in my life, and I'm the boss. I'm the leader of my life, so I'm going to do it, you know? Knave of Chalices, Knight of Cups. It's very intuition based still, even though we are stepping, again, it's like the balance between that Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. There still has to be softness. There still has to be trusting intuition. It can't all just be, you know, making these decisions that are very like big boss, like not, again, I don't want to say harsh, but like, very calculated, cold decisions. You still have to also be guided by intuition. There's a lot of like balancing energies that need to happen here. And that really comes down to discernment. It comes down to mindfulness, like taking the second and being like sitting with your thoughts, and that hermit energy of like, what's going on here? Like, what do I need? What do I don't need? Trusting your intuition, balancing the intuition and like the head and the heart, like it's mindfulness. What do I need? How can I honor my needs? And that means so many different things, right? Last one here, 7 of Pentacles. Planting those seeds, my friends. The 7 of Pentacles in this, it's interesting that in this one, the Pentacles are actually like kind of higher up in the trees. Usually in the 7 of Pentacles, they're kind of like being harvested or like in a bush. But this, it's like those fruits are ripe for the picking. Like those pentacles, those coins are ready to kind of like be taken off the tree. And that's what they're kind of doing here in this. They're like harvesting. And maybe it's time, maybe some of your pentacles, some of those seeds that you planted a while ago are here at fruition, and like you can actually enjoy some of those now. You can actually take those off the tree and be like, hey, wow, maybe you know, you need to acknowledge like the job well done. Like, oh dang, I actually did that. I actually already grew those things, and dang, acknowledge how far you've come. Acknowledge your progress that you've made already. All right, major themes for this week. Major themes, what's going on? Is that boundaries at the bottom of the deck? Yes, it is. Queen of Swords, discernment, boundaries, not, and we always think of boundaries with just ourselves or with others, and it's also boundaries with ourselves. That's where that discernment, that devil energy of being like, okay, maybe I need to set some boundaries with myself, and I actually do have to let go of these things that I know that I'm not supposed to be doing, and I probably shouldn't do it anymore. Have some personal boundaries with yourself, my friends. Home, absolutely. Home and hearth, what have we talked about? We have the King and Queen of Pentacles here. King and Queen of the home and the hearth. You know, home is where your heart is, as they say. This, you know, the green is like the color of the heart chakra here. You know, I think this would be a great time for enjoying your home, for nesting. Again, that Taurus energy is like being comfortable in your home and with your kind of material things. So I definitely am not opposed. Like I'm kind of taking some time off. My friend's going to be here. Like, we're going to be chilling like a villain, hopefully. Spend some time at home. Make your home feel like yours, you know, nest, all that good stuff. We also have release. Release those things that don't serve you anymore. And it's also, again, it's a sword on this card. We have the 6 of Swords twice. What are you bringing in that boat? And what are you leaving behind? And healer. Maybe you need to go seek out someone if you feel like you can't make the decision on your own of what to bring and what to leave behind. Maybe you need to go see somebody. It's very like Hierophant energy, which ironically is the card of Taurus, is like maybe you need to go find a healer, go find a guide. You know, there can be so many things. It can be a spiritual guide, it could be a therapist, it could be just a friend who maybe has done the thing that you want to do, or like someone that's done the thing you want to do, a coach or whatever that can kind of help you out, help you make those decisions. So that's all we have as far as the energy and astrology for this week, my friends. Please let me know if that resonates. We're going to move on to the yoga class. Again, if you don't want to do the yoga, you totally don't have to, but it's going to be right after this. If you would like a personal reading, I offer those. If you would like to come with me on retreat, you can do that as well. I also have witchcraft and wellness courses and ebooks available. All that, and I also put out just a ton of free stuff here on my channel. So maybe hit that subscribe button. Let me know if this resonates in the comments. Everything I offer will be in the description box below, and I'm gonna go on back to my mat, and I'll see you for some yoga. All right, my friends, this is our class for May 13th through the 19th. We're going to channel some of this heavy Taurus energy, and we're also going to channel that energy of discernment, that energy of asking yourself, what do I need? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to take with me? By kind of this is going to be like a moving meditation almost. One of my favorite meditations to do is called the Tracking of Needs meditation. And it's literally where you just ask yourself, what the heck do I need? And how can I honor those needs? So that's what we're going to do today. It's also a very Taurus energy, again, of honoring your needs, that comfort, pleasure, luxury, like taking care of yourself. And that could be physically, but it could also be mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So that's what we're going to do today. It's going to be a very chill class, very down low to the ground, more kind of restorative yoga. We're going to focus on our breath. And again, we're just going to ask ourselves, what do we need? And we're going to meditate a little bit. So staying down low to the ground, I always recommend having any props you need for your practice. So we are going to use some blocks today. You could use a pillow, a bolster, a blanket, a strap, anything that you need for your practice. Have it nearby, set yourself up for success. Remember that everything I say is an option, not an order. I want you to do what feels best for you and your body. So that being said, we're going to get started on our back. So we're going to lay down on our mats. Now you can take your time and get in here, moving slowly with intention. And again, you can find your Savasana with any props that feel good and any position that feels good. So our good old-fashioned corpse pose is arms and legs extended, kind of letting them fall where they want to fall. I personally like to bend my knees. That kind of gets that pelvic tilt, little like tuck of the pelvis, and then knocking the knees in together. If you have a big booty, it kind of gets rid of that gap between your low back and the mat. It kind of helps with any pressure on your low back from that. So that's how I like to take my Savasana, but you can take any variation you'd like. If you want legs extended, if you want maybe a Supta Baddha Konasana, so feet together to touch, opening the knees, if you want to get into those hips. Again, even as we're setting up, I want you to ask yourself, what do I need? And that changes day to day, right? What do you need right here, right now, in this moment? Ask yourself that and then answer it for you. Honor your needs. So we're finding our Savasana. Your palms can be face up to receive, palms facing down to ground if you want maybe that grounded, earthy Taurus energy. Now you can keep the eyes open or closed here, whatever feels right and good for you. Now we're going to start to bring our awareness to our breath. Not changing anything about it just yet, just noticing as it goes in and out. Notice what happens in the body as you breathe. So maybe on the inhale, you feel the chest expand, the belly expand, taking up space. And on the exhale, a gentle release, a gentle grounding. You can allow those inhales and exhales to deepen and lengthen. Now, as you continue to breathe here, we're going to start this kind of inventory check-in process. So I want you to bring your awareness inwards. Maybe you start with a body scan. So from the toes all the way up to your head. Ask yourself, check in, are there any tensions, blockages, constraints, any maybe place I'm feeling tight in my body, or a place where maybe I have pain, or any sensation that's kind of happening in the body. Just be aware of it. And throughout this tracking of needs process, we're just getting curious. We're practicing non-judgment, non-attachment. We're just noticing what's going on. So for example, my low back is definitely a little spicy today. You know, it's Shark Week, it's that time of the month, and I can acknowledge that and be like, okay, cool. So to honor that need, I might need to do a little extra low back stuff for myself. I might need to lay on my heating pad today. Find those tensions, blockages, constraints. Ask yourself, what do I need to honor this? And then make a promise to yourself to honor that need. We're continuing to breathe here. Long, deep inhales and exhales. Now maybe take a little inventory, a little scan of the mind, of the soul, of your heart, of your emotions. Ask yourself, how am I feeling? Can you identify perhaps a certain emotion? Maybe if you're feeling anxious, maybe you need to do some breath work or any healthy coping mechanism, maybe some journaling, maybe there's something on your mind you just want to get out. Anything at all. I just want you to get curious. And then ask yourself, how can I honor that need? Continuing to breathe deeply here as we check in with our mind, our body, our soul. Remember that your needs can be as simple as, I need some food after this, I need to take a nap. It can be, maybe I need to journal, maybe I need to make a therapy appointment. Maybe I need to cry, maybe I need to take a bath, anything at all. Just make a little promise to yourself to honor your needs today. And we'll seal this with some breath work. We're going to take a nice big inhale in through the nose, filling up chest, filling up belly, taking up space. And open mouth, exhale, release it. One more, just like that. Nice big inhale in, filling up chest, filling up belly. Open mouth, exhale, release. You can allow your breath to return to normal. Maybe inviting in some movement here, wiggling the toes or wiggling the fingers. Maybe squeezing the mat with your feet or with your hands. Again, that grounding energy, noticing the mats, the grounds beneath you. Now when you're ready, you can bring your arms out to a T position. And we're gently going to draw our knees in towards the chest. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, drop our knees over to the right. Perhaps gaze over that left shoulder. So we're just taking a supine twist here. We're going to breathe here for a bit. Bringing the focus to your breath. And again, just continue to check in with yourself here. Continuing throughout this practice to ask, what do I need? Remember, there's no right or wrong answer. And it's okay if you're even like, I don't know, I'm unsure. It's a practice. Mindfulness is a practice. Now when you're ready, gently on the next inhale, we're going to bring everything back to center. And exhale, drop the knees over to the left, gazing over the right shoulder. Same thing here. Ground into this twist and breathe. And gently when you're ready, inhale back to center. Exhale, release here. Now we're keeping these knees bent. We're bringing the feet bottoms to the mat. Our heels are coming up towards our butt. Now we're going to flow through some bridge postures here, and then we're going to have a supported bridge pose. So that's where our block is going to come in. Again, you can also use a pillow or a bolster here or a book that's kind of this shape and size. I'm just going to have it off to the side, setting myself up for success. So my hands are going to come to either side of me. My knees are bent. On the inhale, I'm going to lift my hips up towards the ceiling. So pressing this pelvis up. My knees are staying in line with my hips. They're not splaying out. And I'm breathing here. Nice big inhale, press those hips up a little more. Exhale, release down one vertebrae at a time. You can windshield wiper the knees here from side to side, a little bit of a release. We're going to do that 2 more times. Coming back to stillness. When you're ready, inhale those hips on up. Press that pelvis towards the ceiling and breathe here. Again, one more inhale, press those hips up a little more. And exhale, slowly release down. Windshield wiper those knees. And coming back to stillness, our last one here. When you're ready, inhale, press those hips up. And breathe here. Maybe get them a little bit higher if you can. Nice big inhale, press them up a little more. And exhale, release down. One last windshield wipering of the knees here. Now you can come back to stillness. We're going to grab a hold of this block. Now we're going to inhale, lift those hips up one more time and scoot that block right underneath your hips, right underneath, kind of in between your sacral area and your root chakra, that space right underneath your hips, your low back, your pelvis. And we're resting down on top of that block. Now, you can, if you'd like, have it set to a higher setting. If you really want to press those hips up, you really want to get into that lower back, that is totally an option here. I think I'm going to do that because guess what, y'all? I'm honoring my need. So wherever you are, again, we're making sure these knees stay in. They're not kind of splaying out to the side. They're staying in line with the hips. Your palms can face down or up, whatever feels good. We're going to breathe here. Now, we're going to take this bridge pose into a supported shoulder stand. So if you find that you're a little bit higher up, you took a little higher setting on the block, I just want you to take a moment to lower it back down to the lowest setting of the block. Settle your hips down on it. And then gently from here, we're going to draw the knees into the chest and straighten those legs to the ceiling. Now, if you don't have a block, totally no worries. You can do this without the block. Just draw the knees in, legs up to the sky. Now you can point and flex the toes here. You can roll out those ankles if you'd like. Take any variation of shoulder stand that feels good for you and your practice and your body. And we're breathing here. Now when you're ready to release, I'm gently bending into my legs, dropping those feet back down, and lifting up my hips just one more time to scoot that block out from underneath me and send that block off to the side. And again, I'm just going to kind of windshield wiper rock the legs back and forth, just for a moment, little counter stretch. All right, my friends, you can come to stillness. Now we're gently going to roll ourselves over to our bellies. You can take your time here, moving slowly with intention. And I'm just flipping on over to my belly. Now you can cross your forearms in front of you. You can rest your chin or your forehead on your forearms. Whatever feels good. We're just going to get a little bit into the hips here as we stay down low, grounded on our mat. So starting with this right leg, I'm going to leave the left leg long. I'm going to bend into my right knee out to the side. So I'm bringing my right knee out from my hip, and my foot's coming out from my knee. Now you can turn to your left cheek if you'd like to look over that right shoulder, or you can again keep your forehead or your chin on your forearms. This is our half frog pose. And we're just going to breathe here into this right hip. Now you have the option to stay here. Ask yourself, what do I need? Do I need a little bit more? If the answer is yes, you can go ahead and straighten this right leg. So now my foot is coming out from my knee, still out to the right side. Both my legs are straight now. I'm going to hold and breathe here. And when you're ready, I'm going to bend back into that right knee and then bring it back to straight, switching out my sides here. So my right leg is straight now. I'm going to bring my left knee out to the side, bending into it. My knee's coming out from my hip, my foot's coming out from my knee. And again, you can turn to your right cheek, looking over the left shoulder if you'd like. And breathe here. Now again, if you'd like a little more here, you can go ahead and straighten that left leg. Check in, see if that's what you need. If so, straighten that leg and breathe here. And when you're ready, I'm bending into that knee and bringing my leg back to straight. Now I'm going to gently bring my hands underneath my shoulders. I'm going to squeeze my elbows into my sides. Palms are pressing into the mat. I'm going to inhale, press myself up through a table, and then exhale, I'm going to find my way to a child's pose. I'm going to bring my knees as wide as the mat, sinking my hips back to my heels, walking my arms out, and sinking deep into this child's pose. Balasana or child's pose, one of my favorite grounding postures, very Taurus energy. We're going to settle in here. Notice every part of you that's touching the mat. Bring your awareness back to your breath. And again, I want you to ask yourself, how can I honor my needs today or this week? This is where I'm going to leave you, my friends, in this child's pose. I encourage you to spend at least 5 to 10 breaths here. But again, honor your needs. What do you need today? How long do you need to hang out here? Maybe you need to find a different pose for your Savasana. Do what feels best for you, my lovelies. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.